from a man who lives in a gold house.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
No, it's
Think of it. Every day he says something that, well, it doesn't shock me anymore. It doesn't shock me anymore.
No, it doesn't.
After the first 1,000 crazy things he said.
Yeah.
Today, we're diving into a classic case of Trump versus comedian, a matchup that never fails to deliver. And this time, it's Ricky Gervais who's stepping into the ring. If there's one man on this planet who gives zero about offending people, especially the rich, the powerful, and the absurd, it's Ricky. And when he took the stage, let's just say Trump was about to have a very bad day. You see, Ricky Gervais doesn't just tell jokes, he obliterates. He has a talent for cutting through the nonsense like a hot knife through butter. And when he sets his sights on Trump, it's over. The Golden Globes, stand-up specials, Twitter. Gervais has had plenty of chances to take shots at Trump. But this time was special. Picture this. Ricky strolls onto the stage, that mischievous grin plastered across his face, microphone in hand, and he lets the first one fly.
Sure. Even bother commenting on that tweet the other day where he said, if I had, even if that terrible shooting, I'd probably have gone in there even if I didn't have a weapon. That's what a 10-year-old says. I could beat up a lion. I could fight a lion if I had to.
In a fair fight, or my dad could.
Yeah.
My dad could wrestle a lion.
Exactly.
So,
Well,
and then there was that picture of him with his own kid. He wouldn't even use his umbrella. He was walking
Brilliant.
up the aeroplane steps with an umbrella over his head, and his kid's getting rained on. But this is the man that would go in to protect other people's children.
Of course.
With his...
Donald Trump's like a billionaire's idea of a billionaire. If you asked a 5-year-old to draw a rich person, they'd just draw him. A big orange head, tiny hands, and a suit 3 sizes too big. Boom, right out the gate, the audience loses it. But Gervais? Oh, he's just getting started. Because, see, the thing about Ricky is he doesn't just land a joke, he drives it home. He's like a dog with a bone. He picks it up, chews on it, shakes it around, and won't let go until everyone in the room is either gasping for air from laughing or nervously checking to see if their name is next.
This is a man who had to be helped down the stairs, right? This is a man who was scared of a tame eagle. Yes. So this is not a brave man.
But he believes it, though, doesn't he? That's the weirdest
I don't know if he
thing.
does.
Do you not just...
I think he's got that childlike narcissism that he sort of, if he says it, it sort of might be true. But
Yeah.
I think there's a bit of troll about him.
And there's no one in his life to tell him that he's being a wazzock.
He's never had to do or achieve anything in his life.
And Trump? Oh, he noticed. Cue the furious social media meltdown. Because let's be real, Trump is many things, but a man who can take a joke? Yeah, not one of them. He saw the headlines, he saw the clips, and in true Trump fashion, he went straight to his favorite coping mechanism, Truth Social. And you already know how this goes. Ricky Gervais is a no-talent, washed-up hack. Never funny, never successful, not like me, and just another liberal loser trying to stay relevant. Sad. But here's where things really get good. See, Ricky saw the meltdown. And did he back down? Apologize? Offer some half-hearted PR statement? No. This is Ricky Gervais we're talking about. He doubled down. Trump's angry at me? Shocking. Didn't see that coming. What's next? The sky is blue? Grass is green? Get over it, mate.
First of all, I can't get enough of him. I started off thinking it was quite funny, and then it got a bit serious. And now I don't know whether to want him to get in for the fun of it or not. Yeah. I mean, I can say that I don't live here, so sorry about that, but I think it would be... But I love him. I just want to see a channel 24/7, just him talking, because it's amazing.
And just like that, the internet erupted. Twitter lit up like a Christmas tree. Memes flooded the timeline faster than Trump could type witch hunt. Clips of Ricky's roast spread like wildfire. And suddenly, every late-night host had new material. Because here's the thing. This isn't the first time a comedian has gotten under Trump's skin.
But I think, what if we just told him he got in?
Okay.
And...
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So he gets up every day, right, and he does a little address, and we go, yes, brilliant, I'm the president, and they're all extras.
Oh no, this man has been feuding with late-night TV 4 years. Colbert, Fallon, Myers, Oliver, Kimmel. You name them, they've roasted him. And every single time Trump takes the bait. And Ricky? Oh, he knows it. This is the man who stood in front of a room full of Hollywood elites at the Golden Globes and told them to their faces that they were all hypocrites. The same guy who doesn't care if he offends a room full of billionaires, actors, or world leaders. If you're in his line of sight, you're fair game. And Trump, well, Trump just so happens to be the perfect target. Because here's the secret. Comedians love Trump. Not in a we actually like him way, but in a he's the greatest comedy goldmine of all time way. The ego, the tantrums, the weird obsession with crowd size, the way he talks. He practically writes the jokes himself. Ricky put it best. Trump is the only person I know who can be both the most powerful man in the world and the biggest baby on Twitter at the same time.
Right.
They're all extras, and he just never knows. He was never president.
And we're filming it and
We're
watching
filming
it.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be amazing.
Oh, that'd be
wouldn't it?
amazing.
I think he'd be up for it.
I bet he would.
Yeah.
And boom, the audience erupts. Because that's the thing. People love watching a comedian rip into Trump. It's like watching someone poke a bear that you know is going to freak out. It's hilarious every single time. And Trump, oh, he hates it. Because for all the tough guy talk, he cares. He reads the headlines, he watches the clips. And when someone like Ricky Gervais shreds him in front of a live audience, you know he's somewhere, Diet Coke in hand, seething. So what's next? Does Trump go full all caps mode again? Call Ricky a third-rate comedian? Accuse him of being part of some deep state conspiracy? One thing's for sure, Ricky's not worried. Because at the end of the day, Trump versus Ricky Gervais isn't a fair fight. It's like bringing a balloon to a sword fight. One guy throws insults like a toddler having a tantrum. And the other? Well, the other is Ricky Gervais. And he's been waiting for this moment. So grab your popcorn, because if there's one thing we can count on, it's that Trump will respond. And when he does, oh, Ricky will be ready. And just like that, the internet explodes. By now, Truth Social, is an absolute war zone. MAGA diehards are rushing to Trump's defense, calling Ricky a woke Hollywood elitist, which, if you know anything about Ricky Gervais, is just hilarious. Meanwhile, everyone else, oh, they're dying laughing, clipping the best moments and flooding the timeline with memes. The best part? Ricky isn't done. See, this is where most people would let things die down. But Ricky thrives in chaos. He gets on Twitter, posts a completely innocent little message. Oh, did I upset the big man? How sad, almost as sad as that spray tan. Someone check on him, make sure he's got enough Diet Coke. Boom. Another shot fired.
Well, wouldn't even have to tell him, right? You would just say...
No, not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a year in, you'd say, here's the thing, it's been fake, but the ratings are huge. And he'd go, very good, I'll keep doing it, I'll keep doing it.
Now, we already know how Trump reacts when a comedian embarrasses him. It's textbook. He'll claim he never heard of them, despite tweeting about them 10 times that day. He'll insist they're irrelevant, even though the entire internet is talking about the roast. And most importantly, he will not let it go. Because here's the golden rule of comedy. If you show that a joke bothers you, that's all people are going to talk about. And Trump? Oh, he's got the thinnest skin in politics. Late-night hosts have built careers off of Trump's inability to laugh at himself. Colbert, Oliver, Kimmel, they live for this. They poke him, he lashes out, and boom, instant material for another monologue. And Ricky? Oh, he knows exactly what he's doing. If you think this is just about a one-time joke, you're wrong. This isn't just about a single roast. This is a full-blown comedic masterclass in how to push Trump's buttons. Because Ricky doesn't just attack Trump's policies. He goes for something worse. He goes after his ego. That's why the joke stings so much. Trump isn't just mad that he got roasted. He's mad because Ricky isn't scared of him. He's mad because Ricky knows he'll react, and he's daring him to do it. And sure enough, Trump takes the bait. Another Truth Social post drops. Ricky Gervais is a failed comedian. No one watches his shows. He's just another jealous Hollywood liberal who can't stand that I made America great again. Ah, there it is. The classic loser, failure, Hollywood elite rant. A masterpiece in unintentional comedy. At this point, Ricky's probably sitting at home, scrolling through the cars, sipping a beer and thinking, wow, that was easy. Because let's be honest, Trump is the gift that keeps on giving when it comes to comedy. The man writes his own punchlines, the over-the-top reactions, the meltdowns, the typos, kofafe. Anyone? It's like a never-ending sitcom, and Ricky Gervais just directed the latest episode. And here's the best part. This isn't even over. Now that Ricky's trending, other comedians are jumping in. Colbert takes a jab. John Oliver dedicates an entire segment to Trump's reaction. Even Fallon, who usually stays out of political fights, throws in a one-liner. At this point, it's a full-blown roast battle, and Trump is the only one taking it seriously. Now, you might be wondering, where's Melania in all of this? Oh, she's silent. Not a peep, not a single Instagram post defending her husband, not even a vague "we don't care" moment. And honestly, that silence is louder than anything Ricky Gervais could say. Because while Trump is melting down over a joke, Melania is probably somewhere scrolling Pinterest, looking up how to disappear without a trace. And Ricky? Oh, Ricky is already working on his next joke. Because this is what Trump doesn't understand. You can't win against a comedian. Politicians thrive on control. They have press teams, they manage their image, they carefully craft their public personas. But comedy thrives on chaos. And Ricky Gervais, he is the king of chaos. The best thing Trump could have done? Ignored it, let it die down.
You know, this is a man who's, people fell for him because he was a good businessman. Well, actually, someone looked at it, right, and they worked out that if he'd have just put his acquired, inherited wealth on the top 50 stocks, he'd be $6 billion richer than he is. So he's effectively lost money over his...
There was a libel. Someone said he's not a real billionaire. He sued them and lost.
But Trump doesn't do ignoring. He does angry, he does petty, and he does all caps rants at 2 a.m. And that's exactly what Ricky wanted. So here we are. Trump's in full meltdown mode, Ricky's untouchable, and late night TV is eating well tonight. And honestly, this is only the beginning. Because Trump ever lets these things go. By next week, he'll still be talking about it. He'll bring it up at rallies. He'll rant about the failing comedy industry. He'll claim that nobody watches Ricky's stand-up, even though millions of people just did. And Ricky, he'll be sitting back, watching it all unfold and thinking, that was way too easy. So the real question isn't whether Trump will respond again. It's who's going to roast him next, because as long as Trump keeps taking the bait, the jokes will never stop coming. And comedians? Oh, they're just getting started. And just like that, the cycle continues. Trump, sitting somewhere in Mar-a-Lago, surrounded by framed magazine covers of himself, staring at his phone like a villain in a bad movie, scrolling through the comments all section, seething, fuming, Diet Coke in one hand, tiny thumbs furiously typing out another rant about Hollywood elites and woke comedians. At this point, he's obsessed. Because here's the thing about Trump, he hates being laughed at. He hates the idea that someone, somewhere, is mocking him and getting applause for it. That's why he can't let it go. That's why, while the rest of the world has moved on, he's still talking about Ricky Gervais at every opportunity. Maybe he brings it up at his next rally. Maybe he interrupts a completely unrelated rant about election fraud to suddenly yell, and that washed-up comedian Ricky Gervais, no talent, terrible, never funny. And the crowd? Oh, they cheer because they don't know what else to do. They're confused, wondering who's Ricky Gervais? Wasn't he the guy from The Office? But Trump doesn't care. He's spiraling. Meanwhile, Ricky, oh, he's thriving. By now, his joke has reached legendary status. It's been clipped, remixed, turned into TikToks, and quoted in Instagram captions. Late-night shows are running entire segments on how badly Trump handled it. Even comedians who weren't part of the original joke are jumping in. John Oliver? Oh, he's dedicating a whole 20-minute segment to this on Last Week Tonight. Seth Meyers, he's dragging Trump twice as hard in his next monologue. Stephen Colbert? He's barely keeping a straight face as he reenacts Trump's unhinged social media meltdown. And Ricky? Oh, Ricky's just waiting for round 2 because he knows that Trump won't let it go. He can't help himself. And sure enough, boom, another truth. Social post drops. The so-called comedian Ricky Gervais is just another desperate leftist loser trying to stay relevant. No one watches him. Sad. And the internet? Oh, it explodes again. At this point, it's not even about the joke anymore. It's about the fact that Trump is making it worse for himself. He's taken what could have been a one-day internet moment and stretched it into a multi-week saga. And Ricky's just egging him on. He tweets out something subtle, a simple little poke. Oh dear, I seem to have upset the big baby again. Someone get him his bottle before he throws another tantrum. Boom, another viral tweet, another round of memes, another clip of Ricky destroying Trump circulating on every social media platform known to man. And Trump, oh, he sees it, and now he's at DEFCON 1. Next thing you know, Fox News is running breaking news banners like Ricky Gervais just committed high treason. The usual suspects, Hannity, Carlson, Ingram, they're outraged. They're yelling into the camera, saying things like, Ricky Gervais is a disgrace. He's attacking a former president. Where's the respect? Where's the civility? Meanwhile, Ricky is probably at home, scrolling through his notifications, sipping his tea, and thinking, this is too easy. Because that's the thing, he doesn't care. Trump's biggest mistake? Thinking that Ricky Gervais would ever back down. He doesn't apologize. He doesn't issue some PR-approved statement about how he didn't mean to offend anyone. No, Ricky doubles down. He's laughing. He's making more jokes. He's turning Trump's entire meltdown into his next stand-up routine. And at this point, it's unstoppable. Ricky doesn't just win the joke battle, he wins the war. And Trump? Well, Trump has two choices. Keep ranting, keep feeding Ricky fresh material, keep turning himself into the punchline of his own joke. Finally shut up about it. But let's be honest, we all know which one he's going to pick. And that's why Ricky Gervais is already 10 steps ahead. Because Trump isn't just a politician. He's a walking, talking, self-destructing comedy goldmine. He writes the jokes himself. He hands them to comedians on a silver platter. And then, when they roast him, he makes it worse by reacting exactly how they want him to. So what's next? Will Trump challenge Ricky to a comedy duel? Will he start ranting about rigged comedy and stand-up fraud? Will he demand that Ricky be investigated for unpatriotic humor? Or better yet, will he run for president again, just to get the last laugh? One thing's for sure, Ricky won't let him forget it. Because the beauty of this feud, Trump already lost, and he doesn't even know it yet.